They go play action here on first down. On the move to his left. And no, incomplete. Boy, they took a shot there on the first play, trying to start it out with a bang, but it's second down.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach, and incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Flex round. Ohio. Flex round.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Ohio.
From the gun, Ware. He finds Coleman. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. On 1st and 10, Ware, a dump underneath to Jones. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Brandon Copeland in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Flex round.
Operating from the gun. Ware. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Here we go now. 3:19.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, it's Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big. 8th
play of this opening drive coming up. This is third down. They're going to look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
They've got to do a better job up front and create some space because they're right there, almost literally on their own goal line.
Just a couple of feet away from a safety. That could have been disastrous. To throw from his end zone, Tyler. And he's got his guys set up great now. First and goal, and the Pigs get at the 7-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Now Jones. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
One back in the game. That's Jones. Second and goal. He'll drop to throw. Buying time to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. It's their quarterback. His second touchdown on the season. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now it's Lucky Whitehead on the return. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it a second down. Off the play fake. Tyler. Flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Off play action. Tyler, he's going to fire one deep over the middle. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Detroit!
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Avery Williamson. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Detroit!
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out.
Lucky 56. 58 for Mike. Gun!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Finds his man, Watson, over the middle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 30 yards there.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right?
Right,
figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. To throw here. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Well, look at that, Chuck. A rookie picked the rookie on that play.
How about that? Is that rookie-on-rookie crime? But you know what happens, too. If you're a rookie defender, you tend to adjust to the game a little bit quicker than if you're a quarterback. Too many things still going through his mind. And on that play, the rookie defender won the battle.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Got some room at the 30. 38 yards on the scamper there.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's taken down inside the 30. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Rosas good with the extra point. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
23 yards on the play.
When Mike Evans sees man coverage, I don't think he's the only guy who gets excited. I'll guarantee the guy throwing the ball does because guess what? He's got a lot of options about where to place it because of Mike Evans' size and frame.
Detroit! Detroit! Hot!
A give to Jones. A nice move at midfield. They find some open field here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So a minute 55 to go in the 1st half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. This one complete to Charles Sims. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Charles Sims, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bucs are able to strike for 6. getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. New York set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
First down. Tyler. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
They're watching the film, and it's working. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. He got 29 yards that time.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Peyton Barber, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And it's a rush to the line right now for the Jets. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough 3rd down.
Well, anytime it's a toss or a pitch play, it's a battle for the edges. Who's going to control the edge of the line of scrimmage? In other words, can the defensive guys hold their leverage? What we were always taught was keep your outside arm or outside shoulder free if you were playing on the play side, meaning the ball coming towards you. And anyone coming from the backside, they're pinching down and sliding down towards it to try and keep people kind of locked into one spot. And, boy, what a great defensive play there. Worn out leverage, running to the football from the inside out, turned into a big loss of yardage.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Back to throw. Tyler. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And with 1 second left, they get the timeout. And they'll have a chance to kick the field goal before intermission. The field goal unit on the sideline. They're going to go with 1 second left. Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And he missed it. That was neither far enough. It wasn't even on top. We now proceed to the start of the second half. So we've hit halftime here in Tampa with the Bucs out in front. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. They go again with Muhammad. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Detroit! Detroit!
And they'll go on the ground. Runs through the contact. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
That's complete over the middle to Anderson. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's third down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Off the play fake. Tyler. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, Creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
No. Check. Patriot.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. His throw incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, and it's third down.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
The Bucs on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long.
Detroit. Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now back to throw. Open man has got it when it's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there, for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a changeup in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the changeup, and on that play, it worked for big yardage.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Again, it's Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Lucky 56.
Now a play fake here on first down. Over the middle to Evans. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They get it to him running left. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Leopard. Leopard. Gun. 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 Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 3rd and goal. They'll drop the throw. He may try and run for this. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. Oh, what a juke into space. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. The Bucs want Jones to take this running back job and run with it, literally and figuratively, as he's back there on 1st down.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! Hot! Leopard! Leopard! Hot!
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. That's going to set them back 5 yards. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
After the penalty, it's Jones. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says He has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
The give is to Jones. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Set. Green 39. Green 39. Detroit. Detroit. Gun. 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 Gun.
On 3rd down, it's Barber. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down.
Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this.
All right, here we go. 319. 319. Leopard. Leopard. Hot. Hot.
Here's Jones. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. They'll try and run for it with Jones. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. New York set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. 76 yards. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that will shave one more off this lead. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And they'll run it here. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's a give to Jones running left. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
All right, just go ahead and say it with me. That was a
mistake,
yes,
for sure.
Without a doubt, because at some point, put your foot in the ground, get upfield, and get down protecting the ball. Don't go out of bounds, because when you go out of bounds, you're really just helping the defense.
Yeah, not to be too hyperbolic, but it's like giving the D an extra timeout, isn't it?
It certainly is. Gives them a chance to regroup, and it means you have to snap the ball an additional time, which always means the possibility of a mistake.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here's Brian Anger now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire